ekipa u finalu B također obezbediti svoju olimpijsku vizu na
As we have the start list now for semi-final AV number 1 in the lightweight men's double scull. In lane 1, Ireland. Lane 2, Norway. Lane 3, Czechia. Lane 4, Poland. Lane 5, Belgium. And lane 6, Mexico.
Dominic Casey going flat out back to the start to watch his men's double. Fintan McCarthy and Paul O'Donovan, newly made a doctor this year. We saw this Norwegian double. Askild Tom, the former Oxford Brookes Osman, focused. Lars Benska behind him, possibly Norway's best chance of a final place here. Miroslav Vashdil, the 40-year-old triathlete, Ironman, and Yuri Simonek behind him. There's the young Pole, Daniel Galaza, in the stroke seat. Jerzy Kolowski, Tokyo Olympian, behind him. Belgium will have it to do in lane 5, but Niels van Zandwege and his new partner Thibaut Vevey will hope against hope that they can do something. And the Mexicans, Carabello Nieto and Lopez Garcia, have really impressed this season. Can they do it from lane 6?
Well, it would be wonderful if the Mexicans could do something here from lane 6. They're going to be up against it. They were 4th at Lucerne, as you say, Martin. New on the scene this year. Big 2023 for them. But they're over here on lane 6. If anything, it looked like the Belgians were slightly behind off the start. As we take a look in there at that Norwegian double, making a good start.
I just wonder what the quarters would have taken out of these guys yesterday. I mean, particularly the Irish with their traditional sort of easy off, slower start. But, you know, I think particularly the Norwegians who really had to fight yesterday. You know, they've got to weigh in at 70 kilos again for the second day running. And, you know, it's a tough ask, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great call and something for us to think about, that these are lightweight. So, of course, the athletes have to come down to weight, whether they're finding their way easily or whether it's difficult for them. So they've had to race a heat. They'll have raced a quarter-final yesterday, and those quarter-finals were tough and they were close. And now here they are again racing today. So
the Irish over in lane 1 are a couple of pips down on the rest of the field on about 37, but they look pretty unfussed, you know, unflustered by that. They look long and calm. We see a little look come across Paul O'Donovan in the stroke seat there as they just come up level with the Norwegians. Norwegians very fast starting and still the highest rating boat on the course at 41 strokes per minute. We ride here with Poland on screen.
Yeah, the 19-year-old in the stroke seat. And just a reminder, top 3 will go through to the A final and win qualification of their boat class for the Paris Olympics.
If they hadn't reseeded the lanes, you'd be saying this is what most rowing races look like, that the crews in lane 3 and 4 are leading the way. But remember, those two are the ones who are likely to be really struggling here to get that 3rd, 4th place. The pattern we've seen is that the crews in 1 and 2 have gone off a bit more slowly, a bit more calm and controlled, then eased their way through in this middle thousand.
Yeah, Miroslav Rastel and Jerry Simonek, I've seen them go out quickly, and then, you know, I've seen them just suffer at the end. I think I remember them leading the race in Zagreb in the first World Cup, and they didn't quite do enough to get the win. And you know, I just think they're a little bit vulnerable. They just missed out on the win in Zagreb.
And it's been a great start for Mexico, although, like we've pointed out, quite a few crews have started fast on this close side, but as the conditions have become more exposed, they've struggled to keep that pressure. But they're only a couple of metres down on the Norwegians as we see the Irish come across. And look from Fintan McCarthy, he can see that they're in 2nd place. They've just pushed themselves ahead of Poland. So this is going to be pretty clinical from the Irish. I think they look really sharp. Look at those catches in at the front end.
Yeah, the Irish looking pretty good there. They'll be feeling pretty confident, I'm sure. But I'm interested in the Czechia double as well. Simonek and Vrastil, such experienced campaigners. And Martin, you said, will they have it in the last 500? At the moment, they want to be doing the damage now, getting away from the Polish, holding off these Norwegians in this middle phase of the race.
Yeah, Askild Tom, the stroke of the Norwegian double, always looks like he's hanging out the boat there whenever you look at him, but he's such a doughty fighter. And he's in that 3rd qualifying place at the moment. The Poles, Jerzy Kolowski and Daniel Galaza, just dropping off the back. And at the moment, it looks like those 3 on the far side are going to be the ones to take it to the rest of the field.
Yeah, confirmation coming through the 1,000. It was Still Czechia in the lead, but very narrowly, 0.08 of a second behind are the Irish. Third, Norway. Fourth, Poland. Fifth, Mexico. And sixth, Belgium. But we can see here the Irish looking dangerous, just starting to push through. Czechia, who are being super brave, hanging on. A bit of dirty water there has given the Irish the advantage.
Well, we know it's difficult, tough conditions out there. They're trying to make it look easy, but it won't be as they scull, trying to stay along the top of the water. For me, the big stat here is looking in the bottom corner and seeing that that Polish crew is a long way down for the fourth qualifying place.
Yeah, you're right. The Irish moving ever smoothly, ever quickly with those guillotine-like catches. They really do smack it in. That's a hallmark of a Dominic Casey crew.
Guillotine-like catches. I love it, Martin and Sarah, how those blades chop into the water. To me, it looks like they get a bit loose at the finish, but it doesn't seem to be harming them.
No, that's for Dominic. That's the most important part of the stroke. He doesn't like to talk a lot about Rowan, but I was with him in Skibbereen late last year, and we talked a lot about the front end of the stroke, and you can see it there from the Irish. The Czech crew from Czechia still in second place. The Norwegians in third place, looking back on the Poles. The Belgians and the Mexicans have dropped out of it.
I love watching Paul O'Donovan and Fenton McCarthy race. It's almost like they're playing with the rest of their competitors, and then at some point they decide to do something about it, and they've certainly done that in the third quarter. Open water lead in that third quarter of the race. They're well and truly the fastest moving boat on the course. They're at 37 strokes per minute, but look at this race that's happening at the back end and in the middle of the field.
Yeah, two races very much going on here. As you say, Sarah, massive move from the Irish at the front. Also, for me, a massive move by the Mexicans at the back. The Mexicans have taken that on. From lane 6, they look like they could get fourth place. And with only 7 boats qualifying for Paris, that could be a massive move that's really worth making now to give themselves the best possible chance come the B final.
That's a great shout, Greg, as we watch the Irish out in the leads. The experienced Czech double in second place. Askiel Tom yet to find a finish sprint. Does matter which lane you get for the final if medals are what you're after, but these three look like they'll be going through to Paris. Will the Mexicans grab that fourth place and a decent lane for the B final? Could be massive, as Greg Searle said. They're coming into the red buoys now.
Well, the experienced Czechia crew looking strong there. They look like they've done the work in that middle 1,000. You said, will they have a sprint? Will Askiel Tom, your old roommate, Martin Cross, be able to close that gap? Or will the Czechia crew hang on here?
Yeah, I got caught in Milan once and had to share a room with Ask overnight while we waited for a new flight. But there he is on the right of your picture. And Lars Benska in the bows, just backing him up. Looks like Vrastil and Simonek are going to take second. Well done, Ireland. Brilliant result for them. Look how much they've won by. The Czechs will celebrate. They will be absolutely delighted, as will... Oh, look at the Norwegians go. That's a massive result. And the Mexicans, Greg, do grab fourth ahead of the Belgians. And the Poles come in sixth place. That's a massive result for the Belgians if they can deliver in the B final.
Yeah, well, this was the big story, wasn't it? The way the Irish, as Sarah Cook said, were so confident, playing with the opposition, doing what they needed to. They didn't do the work early, but look how much that means to the Czechs. They're going to Paris, they're going to the Olympic Games. That's a very special performance that they've managed to put in there. Look at them celebrate. It's
his fourth Olympics, Miroslav Vrastil. He was in London, Rio, I think the lightweight men's 4 maybe. He was in Tokyo. You got to love the 40-year-olds having his moment of glory there.
There are the official results. Ireland, Czechia, Norway goes to the A final. They take 3 of the...